Pour it with calm. Yeah. People with new baby, they really go with their mom or someone to the camp.
I don't have that kind of mother.
Okay.
I don't have that kind of mother. Don't get me wrong. My mother is my solid rock. I am whatever I am today. She's my motivation because she's Igbo and I see the way she struggles. My dad was a pastor, which Sarah, what would be. He just used to leave everything to chance. But my mom was a fighter. She's a fighter. She would tell you, oh no, I didn't go to school. But all my children must go to school to master level. You know, she was into contract, so she really worked hard, but she did not know have that emotional stuff for like you'll be sick like this. My mother would just
like behave, be strong,
get up and go and take your drugs. You know, my father was the soft one. Oh, come and sponge you, come and give you the drugs, make food for you. My mother, 5 o'clock, she's out though. She does not have your time, you know. But she tried for us to make sure all her kids go to school and all that, you know. But she didn't have all that emotion stuff.
So, but with the baby, usually they say babies soften the hearts of our parents. Like being a grandmom, did it change how she reacted?
My mother is not like that. My mother is a very hard woman. Maybe she has emotions now that she's older, but back then, Margaret Thatcher, hey, she would beat me, put pepper in my bum. Hey, God.
Wow.
She would beat me. You know, although she didn't beat me when I had a child, maybe just verbally, she said some things that really hurt and all that. But it was crazy. I didn't have that kind of mother. You know, she could help you financially. She had that grace because she had money, so she could help you financially. But you see all those carry your daughter. You know, I remember one time my uncle begged her, said, sister, carry this girl's child, let her go for your service. She said, no, she no born picking for her mama. Why picking go born picking for her, you know? So
how old was he when you took him to NYSC camp?
3 months. I didn't take him to NYSC camp.
Okay.
My sister was working at Airtel then, so they asked people to relocate to Abuja because they wanted to start a new call center. So she asked if I wanted to come to Abuja. I said, fine, yes. So during that period, I had to work my service to go to Abuja, and I worked. So there was already a house.
Okay.
She used her last money to rent the house, and we remember the first day in Abuja, we had to sleep on the bare ground because we didn't really have money for any other thing.
Mm-hmm.
No bed, nothing. Thank God I brought Jeremy's blanket. Okay. So when I went for youth service, for camp, I had to.
Did you stay in camp or you took an exemption or something?
I didn't stay in camp. I used to come very early.
Okay. In the morning.
In the morning, I had this driver that would come pick me and take me to camp around 4. Then one of my cousins would take care of Jeremy. But this particular day, there was nobody. And I had to take him to school, to camp, because it was so important and I needed to
be there on that day.
Yeah, do some registration and all that. And there was no one. And it was barely 3 months. So I took him to camp, and I thought they would allow me to get him in, but they didn't. The soldiers there didn't allow me. I just wondered, what do I do? So I saw this Akara woman selling Akara that early, around 5. Just went to her, I'm like, ma'am, please, I'm a copper, yeah, and I have this baby, but I can't take him in, and I don't know what to do. And she said, okay, give me now. And I left my child, and I went into camp. And I was thinking, oh, by 12 I'll be done. For where? They didn't allow me until like 4.
From morning till 4 p.m.
And I made food though, but not much. And then came out. I was so scared. Like, what if the woman? I don't know her.
Yeah.
You know, all these worry women. She had this jalebi and all that. You know, that's it. I heard she took the child to her house, but she kept coming to check on me. I came out. I took myself. It wasn't easy.
I know, it's still so painful, even after all this time. I know.
It was tough, but I thank God. I eventually, God had mercy. And here I am today.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And he's such a fine young man. Like, he did amazing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so yeah, we're talking tough love, we're talking growing up, and I think at this point, we need to take like a minute.
I'm fine.
Have a sip of what we've poured.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
So now, I know, of course, as a young Nigerian lady, you know, having a child at the point where you're still trying to figure out your life, figure out school, service, where you're going to work, and without that support from the family, I know it must have been very, very tough.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was tough. But what was the turning point for you? Because there are a lot of people that go through things like this, and they are never able to get their feet back. Like, you hear stories of people where, as they started down this trajectory of things were so difficult, before you know it is 15 years down the line, it's 20 years down the line, and they were never able to find their feet. But you are someone that is quite successful now, a businesswoman, several businesses. At what point did it change for you? Or at one point did you, because I know you must have been feeling, you know, bad, you know, the world is, family is not supporting. At what point did you say, you know what, I need to take charge of what's happening?
Okay. It was in Abuja.
Change for you. At what point did you, because I know you must
I
have
say
been
these
feeling,
stories even now to my workers because I want them to get inspiration from my life, not because I'm trying to put my life out there, but I say it because I want you to learn from where I'm coming from. So I had this, like, I was a hot babe growing up before I had my child.
What you say?
Like, really, you know, and crazy, wild and all that. So I had this man from around that was seriously toasting me. Seriously, like, before all that, before I had a child, before the whole travel and all that. So, he is in Abuja. So one of those trying periods for me, I mean, my allowance was 9,800, and I didn't have
Pampers, milk, everything.
Don't even go there. And so I was really broke. My sister was already doing too much, so I was really broke. So I called him up and told him I needed to come see him. And he said, okay, I should come over. And I went with my son. Of course, people expect that you should have sympathy when you see a child. You know?
A woman with a child, yeah.
So this guy was like, you're still pretty. I went to his office, he's well to do and all that. I'm like, you're still fine, you know, after all having a child and all that. You're still pretty, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, I'm broke. I really cannot need money. At that day, there was no hope. I needed to buy milk. I'm not even talking about myself. I needed to buy naan then and Pampers. What I needed was barely 5K. I just needed like 5,000 that day. That's all I needed. And I said, anyhow, there's no how this man will not give me. So I now went to his office. Talk. It was also about when I was there. So I don't really know what's wrong with people. He was always telling me stuff about where he has been to and all that. But anyways, my son was sleeping on his couch in his office. And he turned and came and started touching me. Yeah.
At that vulnerable time.
Yeah. He's touching me and I would see my head and she's seeing my son. Yeah, what do I do? But I needed that 5K because I needed to buy Pampers. He has not eaten since morning. I needed that milk, you know. And then he started touching me and all that. Was not with my son there. I was really, I was not happy about it. But what would I was in that stage, you know. And then when I was about to go, I was thinking anyhow, 10K, 20K.
After crossing the line and doing everything, yeah.
This man's strong heart. Give me 2K.
2,000.
Ah! 2,000. 2,000. I was teary, it was painful. I got on the bus, started heading back to my house, got home, went to one supermarket near my house, and I begged them, please, I have 1.5. And
What's happening your transport from?
but what I need was about that, about 3K. That I would bring it. I said, fine. They gave it to me. They really loved my son then. They said he was really handsome. He looked like a
white boy.
She gave it to me. Something they don't normally do. So she gave it to me. And the next day, my neighbor had some clothes to wash, and I have this, in as much as I have dry skin, but when I wash too much, my skin peels. So I washed almost all their clothes.
That's your fellow coppers.
No, where we were staying.
Okay.
This worry lady. And the person I brought just now, babe like me, like chick like me. But you know, I'm here now. She's there now.
And you need money.
And I need the money. So I had to wash the clothes. I'm like, please, I go wash her for you. She'll give me money. I just jokingly said, Anne, are you sure? I'm even tired. I said, I'll bring it now, wash it. I washed all those clothes. I washed all my hands, all peeled, everything. I think after that day, with what happened previously, I called my dad. God bless his soul. Lovely. I called my dad. I told my dad, please, I need 10K. And I want to start a business. So he's like, I don't really have, but let me see what I can do. I think he now sent me the money. That next day I went to Nyanya Market. I started cutting, I cut the sheets, about 4 of them. Then it was 1,200 for one. So I made about 5 of them. And I started going to ministries, or when I go to my office, I was saving the Ministry of Finance then in their IT section. So I'll start begging people to buy. I made my first sale, it was 4,500. I was happy. I came home, I bought my milk, and I took myself, never again. Never again would I ever sleep with any man for money. Never again will I find myself in that position that I will have to bend over for any man. If I want to be with any man, let it be that I want to be with a man. Not because I'm desperate for something, you know, because this boy is growing up. I need to take care of him. So I can't live like this, you know. So that was it for me. I made up my mind. So when I started selling my bedsheet, I was making some more money. The next Wednesday, I will make money. I'll go back, I'll buy. That's how I was until, that's how I basically survived.
I'm moving around with your son everywhere.
Yeah. And then I came back to you. And then the Babi was out. My mom is okay, come back. My sister got married and left Lagos, and everybody, you come back now. What are you doing there? And Jeremy has reached the stage of going to school. So I came back to you. So when I came back to you, the first day I asked my mom, I needed money to put him in school. She gladly gave me. I added with the one I had. She gladly gave me. The next section, I came back again. I said, Ma, please, I need more money too. So I don't have work.
It's not sustainable.
I don't have work. I started looking for a job. And I didn't get no job. And I decided to create something for myself. You know, that's how I started smoothies. Apart from that, I was hustling. I was still trying to sell things before I came into smoothies. I started doing smoothies. I think that was a turning point for me. Yeah.
And you raised a fine young man. I can say that anywhere, you know. So, how do I even phrase this question now? What gave you that motivation to say, fine, something happened, and you said, oh, I want to stay on the straight and narrow, I need to work hard. But what gave that motivation to be like, you know what, I'm going to stay with my son, I'm going to raise him up? And at this point, I need to ask, the father of your son, where was he while all of this was happening? While you were running around trying to make ends meet, where was he?
I didn't like who I was around him. I'm not a toxic person, but I think it tended to bring out that in me. anytime we are together, we fight. Maybe because he's very young, and I was a bit older. I didn't know that, so we fight a lot. So it was a toxic relationship where verbally he's always abusing me, and me, I'm always abusing him, and all that. And yeah, along the line, yes, his mom, since he wasn't so well to do then, his mom actually reached out when she heard that she had a grandchild. She actually reached out. She's in UK. She actually reached out to me and said, okay, you know what? I'll be giving you this when I was still in Abuja. I'll be giving you a certain amount of money every month. I told her, "Ma, I'm sorry, I won't collect it."
Why?
Now you put me belly.
Okay. Like, why is it coming from you? Why not
exactly. Assuming she has gone through the son, and let it be that the father of the son is doing this, not coming from her directly. I didn't want that. And like, why do we have to put it on our parents just for the mistakes we made? That was my own ideology and mentality then. Why? I'm not a gold digger. You know, in fact, what the parents were actually thinking was that maybe I'm a gold digger.
Oh, you heard his family's abroad.
Exactly. So I remember having a conversation with my son's grandmama. I said, see, I'm a graduate of electrical electronics engineering. I am from a very good. My mom and my father, my parents are still together. I'm a daughter of a pastor. It just happened that shit happened. So I'm sorry, I won't get money from you because you can't be paying for the mistakes I made with your son. You weren't there. So why do I have to collect money from you that I was not going to get it? And then there was this advice, okay, maybe they want to come and claim your child. But all that. But basically for me, personally, I didn't want to get that that money because of that. Or because of that. And that's for that. Sorry, what did you ask me?
Okay, I was asking how you're able to move from that, because I know now your son is all grown, you are married, so how was it moving from being that single mother, taking care of your son on your own, starting a business in Nigeria that we know that it's not easy. So how were you able to go through that period to a point where you are now so stable that even, your business started expanding and you got married?
My son was my checkpoint. When I looked at him, just look at see what I for come to. They're like, huh? He's so gorgeous. I mean, everything about him is a miracle because after I decided to keep the pregnancy, I had almost a miscarriage. My water broke at 5 months.
5?
Yeah, going to 6 months. My water broke. Jokingly, like I overstressed myself and my water broke. I went to the hospital. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks on the hospital bed. All the liquid in the pregnancy, that fluid, that sac was all gone. They were all gone. Like when we do scan, they will say, this child is trying.
And he was too young at that point to take him out.
And I remember the day I went for my checkup was the day my water broke. That day was supposed to be my checkup, yeah. So I went. I just sat quietly. I didn't even know I was an emergency. So when it got to my turn, like, what brought you to the hospital? I said, my water broke. I just saw some water. Before I knew it, everybody started panicking. Ruptured membrane. Me, I didn't know what was happening. Everybody was just running around. Put me on stretcher. Who came with you? Where's your registration? Blah blah blah. Before I knew it, they put me on the bed, they were examining me, and how do you feel? I said, I feel the child is coming out. He said, it should not come out though. It's still too early and all that, So they took me admitted me on a mission, and I had to stay on hospital, bed rest. But for me, stay bed rest, me that is extremely active. I'll just be going up and down. The nurse will say, Madam, lie down, stay. At that point, I didn't like that part. But second week, I started praying. I said, God, don't try me. Now that the whole world now know I'm pregnant, you now want to come and remove this pregnancy. You are staying. Hey, God. So I started praying, basically, because prayer really works. I started praying. The belly started, then it was really flat. Started growing. After about 3 weeks, staying in the hospital. I entered the labor. I didn't even know it was labor. And I delivered 820 grams.
Wow.
You know what 820 grams was? Right?
That's how many weeks was this?
Now, it was just 6 weeks. It was 26 5 days.
What?
Normally, you give birth to a child
34
weeks, 32 weeks.
26 weeks.
26 5 days. It was remaining some 5 days for him to be 7 months, but it was 6 months.
Wow.
And it was 820 grams.
So tiny.
It was like a lizard. It was really tiny. Like, I remember.
So it was in the incubator for how long?
3 months. 3 months. I remember coming downstairs after giving birth to it. Man, it's crazy, man. I remember giving, my placenta didn't come out, so I was at the theater. When I came out of all the anesthesias and all that, I said, let me go see the child that I gave birth to. So what is this? That's how small. It was really small. Like, just picture a very big wall gecko.
Not even lizard.
No, I would say lizard.
Really?
820 grams. Like, do the math now. Normally, people give birth to children that are 2.4.
Even at 2.4, the child is small. Yeah, 2.8, 3.
Even at worst case scenario, 1.6. Now, I'm telling you that I gave birth to 820 grams. And he dropped to 800. And then when I asked the doctor, they said, it's 50-50. He will survive. I said, no, not try me.
He must survive.
That child will survive, And when I'm lying down, I'll keep your child is dead. And I'll wake up and realize it's a dream. And I'll go and check on him. He was there with oxygen. They're very tiny. And I'll keep praying. I say, you will live to declare the words in the land of the living. People shall hear of me through you. They will look at you and say, who is the mother of this child? You're going to live and you're not going to die. You're not going nowhere. You came to stay. You are a star. I kept declaring. That's all I had. I kept talking. Jokingly. He was there. I even had to leave him after a month to go write my final exams. Yeah. I had to. The hospital said, no problem, but somebody has to stay. I had to leave him. They introduced Nan. I had to leave him. I went back to write my exams, my final exams, because I had about 2 carryovers and so I had to go and complete that. But by the time I came back from school after 10 days, I saw only his head. Because premature kids are like that. Their heads are big. And I'm like, it was big. And that's how he has been, So when I look back at his life, when I see him, I said, no, this boy, no, you make it though. I have to make it because of you. So he became my motivation. He became my everything. Like, I walk. Failure, was now not an option.
You needed to succeed for him.
Now, after my ex heard, I gave birth. He was so furious and all. It's okay. Drop the child now after service. Come to Germany. I said, no, they come. Leave me, I beg. He said, keep the child with your mother. I said, no. I have to stay and take care because he became everything to me. Although I'm someone that is very passionate with dogs. I used to like dogs a lot before my son came around. So now, I had a real human being to care.
That was yours. After yearning for love all through your life.
And my son was so adorable. Like, when he started growing up, he started adding some weight, and everywhere we go to, who has this child? So pretty, so handsome, so fine. Like, you carry belly for you both. So he became my motivation. I told myself, nah, you can't fail. You can't fail because of him. So my son has really been someone that has really influenced my decisions. I'm sure, I don't know if I didn't have him. I don't know where I would have been today.
And he's the only child now?
Yeah, yes, fortunately. Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. You lost, but
he's still my only son.
So, I know, like I always say, one of the purposes of doing this is if only one person can listen to your story and get motivated, or they are in a difficult point in their life and they listen and this does something for them, even if it's only one, then I feel like the job is done. So you sharing your story today, we hear of loads of ladies who have kids without the family support and how difficult it is for them. Some don't even survive it. So for anyone that's going through something like that, listening to you right now, what do you have to tell that person? That young girl that feels lost, like, oh, my family has abandoned me because of this, oh, this decision that I've made, everybody has eliminated me. What do you say to that young girl listening?
Make your decision and stand by it. Own it with your full chest. Whenever you're making that decision in keeping that pregnancy, let it come from you first. Not from what people will say or my family, but let it be something you want to do. Because if there were times I actually wanted to give up, but I knew that this was my decision. I've had opportunities to take as in have a day and see, but I took my decision. I said no, the world can wait. I am going to have this child. And when it was tough, I remember that it was my decision. It was my cross. And so make sure the decision comes from you first, not from your boyfriend, your mother, your father. Let it come from you. Make sure it's you, so that when the chips are down, you know that it's my decision. So basically that's my advice.
And growing up with the tough love, tough upbringing, how has that affected your parenting style right now?
You know my son, right?
I do know your son. And he's a fine young man. Well, how has that affected your relationship with him? You know, from how you discipline him, how you relate with him, and all.
You need to meet him. Oh, you have met him. I
need people to meet him.
I wish people could meet him.
He's an amazing young man.
Number one, I feel God did it there for me. Because it's not me. God did it. God answered that prayers that I said. He's an amazing boy. Because I see young guys these days. I see young Gen Z, just 15. But I can beat my chest and say that guy is correct. I did it good. Why I told him I'm going to beat everything my parents weren't. I don't beat him. I can count how many times I've beaten him. I think maybe 3 or 4 times. I can count it maybe on extreme cases. And you always will remember, oh, I remember the first time you beat me in Mama's house. You beat me. And that time it was not even my fault. And another time he went somewhere, he didn't tell me. And you can count it.
There's more of conversations and
I
talking
talk.
to him.
And I make examples. I said I'm going to be everything that they used to beat me. But the more they beat me, the more
rebellious you
I
got.
was. So sometimes I just have I talk to him as if I'm talking to my friend, or like that's how we have it. So how do you feel if this will happen? Be the change the world needs. You don't have to do you must not like it for this. So I talk. Basically I talk. And I make sure he does not lack anything, because when I was growing up, they felt when they deprive me of some things, it will
Parenting style,
it means I should not, so that I will not be spoiled when I ask for money. But I tell him no, that you can have everything from me in my own way. I can afford though. It's not like I don't have big dreams for you, but can I afford it? No. But if I can afford it, you're going to have it. I've taught him not to beg unless it's really necessary. Do you get? And I've taught him to know that I love him beyond anything. I'm not afraid to say it, because that's one thing nobody used to say to me. So I just say, you know I love you, right? You know you mean the world to me. You know you're everything I have. You're my only. You know, one day he told me, Mom, I wish when I grow up, I should have a woman like you in my life. That means he adores me. He said, I see other people's mom. I see the way they are, and you're just something. You're just something else, you know? So I am everything I did not, and I gave him the childhood I did not have.
Yeah, we always hear this thing about boy moms and how protective, and sometimes they want to, when the boy starts having his own relationships, do you think it's going to be difficult for you at that point to pull yourself back a bit and allow him?
I don't that way. really, I don't.
You feel like you've done your job. When it's time for him to leave,
yeah.
he leaves and starts his
I'm not the kind of parent that even believe that you should grow up and come and take care of me. I'm trying to take care of my old age. It's my responsibility to take care of him. If he chooses to take care of me, that's his business. It's not really mine. so he can live his life. But I'm trying to set things in place first for myself and for him. I'm trying to give him the best life I can give him. I don't think I have a problem with him with women or being overprotective, but I always make sure every decision maybe they are tough decision, he comes to me and I'll tell him weigh the options, but at the end of the day it's your decision. I make him know that even at this age, I make him realize that and he really trusts me to the point that anytime he's in a difficult situation, he says, Mom, I really need to talk to you. I've had many times you call me, pick up a phone, Mom, I need to talk to you, come and sign me home. I'll say, okay, no problem, I'll come. There's an emergency at home, I need to take my son.
So you can get that, so I need to talk.
So we'll go to up there and we'll talk. And what's the problem? Oh, I feel stressed, I feel this. There was this time he had this classmate that was stressing him out. He was trying to help the boy academically, but he was also putting a strain on his own education. How does he handle it? That the guy begged him that he should help him read, that he's feeling like a disappointment, that the parents call him a quinsu.
Wow.
He said, and then, Mom, I look at you, you have never said such a thing to me. I said, how can I call you a quinsu?
Breaking the cycle.
Why should I do that? So he really wants to help him. I go to wake him up and I feel, he knelt down and begged me, Mom. He begged me, how do I help him? So I had to teach him the balance, that you are not Jesus Christ.
Bible says love your neighbor as yourself, no more than yourself.
You are not Jesus Christ at the end of the day also, but you have to find a balance, So he trusts me, and he trusts some of my decisions, not all though. But he trusts me, and I really thank God that all the prayers, that negative prayers, my parents, those, your children will do you. My children is not doing me. They are not.
And they're not as stubborn as they are.
They are not. My son is everything I wasn't when growing up, because I am also everything my mom wasn't to me, to him. So nothing of such. So I feel I'll give him the space. Trust me, I will. I know what's up because I know when to draw the line. I know when to draw the line.
Okay. So on the note of finality, despite all you've been through, all that has shaped you to be who you are, in terms of your marriage now, your husband, love, how is it like? What's the relationship like?
My husband, my husband said something to me the first period time we started talking. He said, the hardest people to marry or to be with are single mothers and entrepreneurs.
Wow. And you were 2 for 2.
I was. Yeah. Because, I can make my money. I didn't even see the need why I needed a man, since I have a son. I have a child already, so what? I'm not that kind of girl that was quick.
So focused on getting married.
Care about, because most of my friends were married and they would come and tell me, do you know what they are going through? I said, is this what this marriage is about? Man, just day my day. Is this what this marriage is all about? Everybody's all, my ideology for marriage was, wait 2 or 3, 2 people come together to make each other miserable.
Oh my goodness.
That was my, that's what I thought about marriage until I met my husband. It takes a real man. He told me, when I told him, see, Oga, I will not marry you. I don't want to marry you. He said, why? I said, you don't have what it takes. You don't have the kind of money. In fact, I want plenty money, And he kept telling me, okay, you need a covering. You need, I got pregnant too. And he said, I told myself I was never going to even have a child again out of wedlock. So when that also happened, he was strong on marriage. Let's get married. I've been begging you since, let's get married. And then I saw that he's a kind person, he really cares about me. He's also coming from a path where he hasn't really found that love. And I just thought about it. Then during the lockdown, he was there for me, and my fear with people was, would they be there for the long run? And he was there throughout. He was there for the long run, and I think at that point I made up my mind. I think I want to share my life with this person. He's not going to go back down if anything happens to me. It's going to be that cover for my head. So and then he really loved my son. Most
Important.
yes, because I've had people ask me for marriage, but I see the way they act towards my son, and I told myself, no, I'm not going to be with fresh guys or people were not, cool guys. But I said, I don't want the situation that when I get married now, you come and tell me, take the child back to their father.
Or make this boy even feel less.
Or make him feel less, But my husband was really good with my son. In fact, my son helped me make that decision too. Because there was a time I'm like, I'm not the marry myself. Love is not everything. He said, hey, you say love is, you will marry, oh. You will marry. I said, are you good? He said, yes, I'm good. I think you should marry daddy. You should marry him. He's a good person. I like the way he's calm, he's cool, and he's tall. So I think my son also helped me make that decision too. And I also feel it was time.
It was time at that point. Thank you so much, Anne, for sharing your story with us today.
You're welcome.
I hope you being vulnerable here with us today will shine a beacon of hope for someone that might be going through what you went through. And I'm so glad that you turned out great. This is Anne, the CEO of 12 Carrots. Yes, she makes the best smoothies in town. So yeah, so great to have you here.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's how we're going to round it up on Power with Pam. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye. Yeah, so great to have you here.